Good morning. Happy Thursday. I know what probably most of you are thinking, which is why is Aaron Payne sending me a video text? And I'm going to tell you why. So I've been in the business for about 17 years now doing mortgages. And every year for the past 5 years, I start my year off with 20 targeted agents that I'm going after to get business. This year, and usually throughout the year, I'll probably end up with 3 or 4 new agent partners. And I stop calling around July or August. So the good news is if you can at least hold out till then, you won't have to hear from me anymore. But this year is unique. I decided this year I'm going to go after 20 agents that I actually know personally in some way, shape, or form. And it could go back to we've worked together in the past. We've gone to high school together. We went to college together. One of you I used to play sand volleyball with at an old apartment complex. I've coached with some of you. I've coached some of you on the real estate side before as well. And so I really wanted to focus on people that I had some sort of relationship with, just because it sounded like fun. So what does that mean? I'm not a spam guy. I'm not going to be reaching out to you, every week trying to take you out to coffee or doing any of that stuff. I would like to at some point maybe sit down and learn a little bit about your business, ask you 2 or 3 questions, and get out of your hair. Or if it continues into a longer conversation and potentially into a business relationship, then fantastic. So that's really all it is. I wanted to let you know that I would be reaching out either via email, text, phone, whatever, just so you know I'd be calling and you can expect that. You can stop watching now, but if you are intrigued just a little bit, what I wanted to do is show you some of the things that I'm doing for my current agent partners. Over the years, I've become kind of a mortgage nerd. So in particular, I spend a lot of time studying the market, especially now with what's been going on. And I listened to this guy Barry Habib. He's actually won the Crystal Ball Award for the last 4 years in predicting mortgage-backed securities and housing. A lot of loan officers pay for this stuff. As a matter of fact, you'll see some of them doing TikTok videos or whatever, acting as if this is their own stuff. It kind of reminds me of Good Will Hunting when the guy's plagiarizing and gets called out. So I'm no genius, obviously. You guys know me well enough to know that. But I do study this stuff pretty regularly. In fact, every day. This particular chart and what he was showing is talking about the reason why rates are so high right now, even though inflation is coming down, and that is that there is a servicing premium for mortgages. Typically mortgages are going to go on for 4 or 5 years before they refinance or pay off. I think the investors know at this point that all these people that bought at 6.5, 6.875, they're going to be refinancing at a certain point in time in the next couple of years. And so they have to make their money faster. And so they raise their yields on getting those, getting that money back earlier. So that was an interesting chart. Another interesting chart that we were looking at this morning through our morning update was really just showing that, this is called a Fibonacci line. It's basically a trend. And these are other trends. This is the 200-day moving average. And all this is showing us is that as inflation is going down, we're vacillating, but we are starting to move in the right direction. And they really circled May 10th as the day where we're going to see rates potentially come back down into the fours. He said maybe 5.8 to 4.5, that area. And why is that important to you? Well, it's important because you guys need to be talking to your agent or to your clients right now about the cost of waiting, and I know we all have these conversations all the time. I just wanted to give you a little bit of valuable information that you can use in these conversations. What's happening on May 10th is the April numbers for shelter costs are coming out, and those numbers are expected to be super low. We already know what it is because it's a 12-month rolling data piece. And so on May 10th, we're getting those numbers, and that's going to show, as you've probably heard in the news, inflation is going down. They're talking about it here, but shelter costs are still really, really high. And that's because if you think back to what was going on last year at this time, people started paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over list price. It made the market really unsustainable. Then we saw rates go up, everything slowed down. So we're waiting for that data to catch up, and it's probably going to be around May. We may see a little bit of a drop in March. So tell your clients, if we're waiting until that time, you are likely going to be moving into a much more competitive environment with less negotiations. And if you have listings, very similar, you may want to hold on to a listing for a while because the likelihood is that prices are going to go up. I know there's a lot of talk in the news and headlines that rates are that property values are going to plummet by 30%. This guy has been dead on balls accurate every time I've listened to him for the last 4 years. I mean, very rarely is he off, and usually if he's off, it's by a couple of days, and then we actually see what he predicted. So the expectation is, well, right now we're down about 3%. that we're going to see anywhere from 5 to 7% increase next year. And that could come very quickly all at one point. So anyway, those are the types of things that we're going to go over. We also have, some leads that we push out to our agents that work with us on a regular basis. I've got a new lead spend that I'm working on. I've got teams, teammates here that are going to be reaching out to those and hopefully being able to do warm transfers to agents. So we're really looking for a big year this year. And honestly, I wanted to share it with people that I know. And again, some of you I do know better than others, I'll be honest, but I wanted you to at least know that this wasn't a random cold call. There are a few of you that maybe at the bare minimum were cross-sale agents, but some of you know me very, very, very well, probably too well. And I wanted to maybe use this year that we could all grow together. So I'll be reaching out to you. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you need something, call me. We're always happy to help. And look out, we're going to be calling. Have a good one.